Oh, hi there. Good day. My name is Mr. Manny. I'm pretty sure you've come here for only one reason. You want to hear all about what happened in episode 1 and episode 2 of our Dungeon World campaign. Well, thing is, we've never really recorded it, so, it's going to be tough to upload it to YouTube. I'm sure you've got many questions right now, including, what's going on from here? What's this thing, back here? Just completely ignore it and focus on important stuff. Here, let me give you a brief 2-minute rundown on what has happened so far in our Dungeon World campaign. Unsurprisingly, we spent the first episode with mostly explaining the system, how it works, and why it's awesome. Afterwards we spent some extra time just to go through the character creation process and fill in what hasn't been filled in before, such as bonds. For those that do not know, Dungeon World is a narrative and very real-light sandbox role-playing system based on the Apocalypse World system but adapted to a Dungeon Dragon style setting. One of Dungeon World's greatest strengths is the fact that you can make shit up as you go along, and this goes for players and Game Master alike. The players begin in the city of Guinness, a wealthy and growing trade hub, a city that is growing beyond its bounds. Food shortages are rampant across the city, and the homeless problem is just growing every day. Not only that, but the players agreed on the fact that, thieving barbarians are actually one of the other problems the city has to deal with, and they are led by a warlord, who we have yet to meet one of these days. The party consists of a fighter by the name of Kazmin, the thief Dashel Velum, also known as Dash, who fell into the wrong crowd at an early age, the druid Merigold, who has spent many years in the river delta, and the spellslinger Brooklyn, who always has Dash's back. The characters spend some time in Guinness and acquired a hireling by the name of Notwick. They slowly make their way east towards the big red X on the map they stole from the mayor of Dwarfington. Eventually, they find themselves surrounded by bandits who seem to have a camp nearby. After swiftly dispatching their assailants, they met off with a surprisingly decent amount of trinkets and gold. Then they venture towards the bridge to cross the river, only to see that it is guarded by a bridge troll. However, the bridge troll by the name of Sorcery was sad, as he didn't know any riddles to begin with, but still wanted to be a good bridge troll. The players, touched by his predicament, try their best to teach the troll a few riddles before they are granted passage. After crossing the forest, they find themselves in the stone ruins of a small hamlet. Once the ruins have been thoroughly searched, they discover a hidden trapdoor, leading them into a small underground area that appears to be of elven origin. Very shortly thereafter, they have to find out the hard way that the place isn't entirely unguarded. A golem-like construct almost overwhelmed the party before they figured out a way to best the Guardian. After rummaging through whatever was still left in his alchemy lair, they find a weirdly looking device that seems to look like a gun, but its function isn't entirely clear to the party. Scarred and shaken from the fight, they return to the city of Guinness to lick their wounds, resupply, and make a plan. How will the adventure go on? You can see our previous adventures right here on YouTube, or tune in live almost every Saturday over at twitch.tv/CamiManny at 7 PM GMT. Until then, play my games and don't forget to be awesome.